Mrs. Gable looked at my Colombian birth certificate and laughed. Yenny, that's a nickname, sweetie. In America, we use proper nomenclature. She didn't ask for permission. She typed Jennifer into the district database. You'll thank me later, she said, printing the schedule. People can't pronounce Yenny, and Jennifer looks better on a resume. My stepmother stood up. She had learned Spanish specifically to speak with my grandmother. She slammed her hand on the desk. Show me, she demanded. Show me where it says Jennifer. Mrs. Gable rolled her eyes. It's about assimilation. I'm doing her a favor. I didn't let my stepmom fight. I grabbed her hand. Let's go, I whispered. I didn't argue. I didn't cry. I decided to make Mrs. Gable type my name correctly 1,000 times. I turned my identity into an administrative war of attrition. Grade 4, honor roll. The certificate read, Jennifer. I returned it to the principal. This belongs to a student who doesn't exist. They reprinted it. Cost, $12. Grade 6, state spelling bee. First place. The local paper printed, Jennifer. I wrote a letter to the editor with a copy of my passport. They issued a retraction. Mrs. Gable was called into the superintendent's office for providing false student data to the press. Grade 9, the SATs. Mrs. Gable submitted my registration as Jennifer to correct the file. The college board flagged the discrepancy against my legal ID. The entire school's testing status was frozen for 3 days pending a data audit. Mrs. Gable had to manually override 400 files to clear the block. I watched her type Yenny into the federal system. She broke a nail. Grade 11, the turning point. I was elected student body president. I was captain of the debate team. I had a 4.6 GPA. I brought in $50,000 in grants for the school. Every check, every grant application, every award required a signature. I signed Yenny. Mrs. Gable had to countersign every single document. She tried to call me Jen in the hallway. I walked past her like she was a ghost. I don't know a Jen, I said over my shoulder. Check the roster. Year 12, graduation. The collision. I was valedictorian. Accepted to Stanford on a full-ride scholarship. Mrs. Gable was in charge of the diploma printing. She called me into her office 1 week before the ceremony. She looked tired. I printed Jennifer on the diploma, she said, holding the gold embossed paper. It's already done. The ink is dry. It's a beautiful name. Just accept it. I looked at the document. Then I looked at her. You have a choice, I said, voice flat. I'm not reprinting it, she snapped. Budget cuts. Okay, I said. I pulled a folder from my backpack. This is an email from the Stanford admissions office. They require a final high school transcript that matches the name on my application, Yenny. If the diploma says Jennifer, the transcript is invalid. If the transcript is invalid, I lose the scholarship. Mrs. Gable paled. That's a clerical issue. No, I corrected. That is $320,000 in funding that I will lose because of your preference. My lawyer, who is also my stepmother, has drafted a liability suit against the district for the full amount plus damages for administrative negligence. I placed the lawsuit on her desk. You can reprint a $15 piece of paper, or you can explain to the school board why you cost their star student a Stanford education. Mrs. Gable didn't speak. She picked up the phone. She dialed the printer. Rush order, she whispered. Name correction. Graduation day. I walked across the stage. The announcer paused. Mrs. Gable was standing next to him, checking the cards. She looked at me. I looked at the stack of diplomas. Yenny, the announcer boomed. I took the scroll. I opened it on stage. Yenny. I smiled at Mrs. Gable. Thank you, I said into the microphone, for finally learning how to read. She retired the next year. I framed the diploma. It hangs in my law office today. My name is Yenny, and everyone knows how to pronounce it.